The night was quiet outside the small hospital in Fresno, California. Inside the emergency entrance, fluorescent lights hummed softly as nurses finished their shifts. Just before midnight, a security guard noticed a bundled blanket placed carefully near the safe haven drop-off door. There was no sound at first, no movement, only the stillness of something left behind. Then a faint cry broke the silence. The guard rushed forward and gently lifted the bundle, realizing it was a newborn baby, no more than a few hours old, breathing but cold. The baby was rushed inside, wrapped in warm blankets, and taken to the neonatal unit. Doctors and nurses moved quickly but calmly, following procedures they knew well. Under California's safe haven law, a parent could legally leave a newborn at a hospital within 72 hours of birth, no questions asked. The baby boy was healthy but underweight, his tiny fingers curling instinctively around the nurse's glove. No note was found, no name, only the quiet reality that someone had made a painful choice. As the baby slept under soft lights, Nurse Emily Carter couldn't stop thinking about the mother. Emily had worked in this hospital for 10 years and had seen safe haven cases before, but each one felt different. She imagined a young woman standing alone in the dark, heart pounding, tears falling as she placed her child down and walked away. Emily knew the law existed to save lives, yet the emotional weight of abandonment lingered in the room like a shadow. Hospital staff contacted Child Protective Services, as required by law, and began the legal process. The baby was given a temporary name, Baby Hope, something the nurses often did to remind themselves why they worked so hard. CPS confirmed that no missing infant reports matched the baby's description. For the next few days, Baby Hope remained in the hospital, cared for lovingly by staff who took turns holding him longer than necessary, whispering promises he couldn't understand. Meanwhile, across town, Sarah and Michael Reynolds were finishing dinner in their modest home. Married for 8 years, they had spent most of that time trying to have a child. After years of failed treatments and heartbreak, they had turned to adoption. They were registered foster to adopt parents, waiting for a call that could change their lives. When Sarah's phone rang late that night, her heart skipped. The social worker spoke gently but directly. There was a newborn boy, safe and healthy, needing temporary placement. The next morning, Sarah and Michael walked into the hospital, hands tightly clasped. Seeing Baby Hope for the first time brought tears to both their eyes. He was so small, so fragile, yet peaceful. Michael felt an overwhelming sense of responsibility wash over him. Sarah reached out and gently touched the baby's cheek, feeling warmth and life beneath her fingers. Though nothing was permanent yet, something deep inside her whispered that this child belonged with them. Over the following weeks, Baby Hope was placed in the Reynolds home under foster care. They followed every rule, attended every meeting, and documented every feeding and doctor visit. Sarah woke up at night to feed him, humming softly, while Michael learned how to change diapers with careful precision. They knew reunification with the biological mother was still legally possible, but days passed with no claim made. The safe haven window closed quietly, leaving the baby's future open. During this time, Emily, the nurse, occasionally checked updates through CPS contacts. She was relieved to learn Baby Hope was thriving. She often wondered about the mother, whether she was safe, whether she regretted her decision, or whether leaving her child was the bravest thing she could do. The safe haven law protected her anonymity, but it also protected her baby's life. Emily hoped the mother would someday find peace, knowing her child was loved. Months later, the adoption process moved forward. Court hearings confirmed that no parental claim had been made. Sarah and Michael stood before a judge in downtown Fresno, hearts racing. When the judge officially approved the adoption, Sarah sobbed openly while Michael held the baby close. The judge smiled and reminded them that families are formed in many ways, but love is what makes them real. Baby Hope was given a new name, Ethan James Reynolds. As Ethan grew, his life filled with warmth, laughter, and security. He learned to crawl across hardwood floors, his giggles echoing through the house. Sarah kept a small box in Ethan's room containing hospital bracelets and paperwork from his first days, not to remind him of abandonment but of survival. They planned to tell him the truth one day, gently and honestly, about how he came into their lives through courage and law designed to protect him. Years later, Emily attended a hospital fundraiser when she spotted a familiar face, a little boy holding a balloon, laughing loudly. She recognized him instantly. Sarah approached her, eyes shining with gratitude, and introduced Ethan. Emily knelt down, her heart full, knowing she had played a small part in this story. As Ethan ran off, Emily felt a quiet sense of closure. The safe haven law had done what it was meant to do, turn fear into safety, loss into hope, and a silent night into a future filled with life.